Whoa! What's happening right now is going to blow your mind. As if it wasn't enough that earlier this week, it's not even Friday yet. Earlier this week, President Trump recalled 30 ambassadors to 30 different nations worldwide. Then he spoke about how we need to take Greenland as Americans because he needs it for oil. But now, none other than West Africa has fought back. And we thought we were done covering it because Niger hit back and said, no Americans, doesn't matter if you're coming on vacation, we don't want you here. Reciprocal, you ban us, we ban you. But just in the last 24 hours, the great Captain Ibrahim Traore said something that you are gonna wanna listen to. You should go find the video, I'll leave it down below, but we listened to his speech in the translation and it sent a shock to everyone listening, and it sent a clear message to Europe and America. He told his people in Burkina Faso that they would have a black winter because of enemies escalating. He said they're gonna have to be armed. They're gonna have to be more serious. They can't let just anybody in. Essentially, he said he's getting ready for this black winter event.
Yeah, I know when I heard it. I know you don't watch what I watch. I watch Game of Thrones, right? And they say winter is coming. That means the enemy is coming and it's going to be cold. It's going to be something very, very uncomfortable. And how he was speaking about the bloodshed that is going to be, happening. You have to prepare. So this is something that is going to affect West Africa for a time. Mm-hmm. So just for us as foreigners that is in West Africa, you have to prepare for this, because I'm not sure exactly how it is in West Africa, because mostly our journey's been here on East Africa and Southern Africa. But that comes with a lot. That comes with, is the electricity going to be stable in times of war? We definitely see that.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, the boots on the ground. We saw that in East Africa recently, in Tanzania, when the elections and stuff was happening. They cut off the internet for about a week. So these are the things that, could be happening in West Africa pretty soon.
And get this, when the Sahel leaders together warned of a black winter, let me tell you, when we were watching this speech, there were the 3 Sahel Alliance leaders, and we couldn't help but feel a profound sense of gratitude that finally Africa would be free, because this was not a poetic phase like you were talking about. This black winter is strategic language. He's sending a code language to the people of Burkina and the Sahel Alliance and anyone in West Africa, North Africa, around the world, because everybody's listening. If you think Russia and China were not listening, you may be on a different planet. He's sending a clear message to the leaders of the world. Now is the time for the Western colonial powers to subside from power and fall into a utter darkness. And listen, the Sahel states have spent years framed as dependent, unstable, subordinate to Western interests and things of that nature, but they are now rejecting it openly and in unison. They're not waiting for anybody else to join in. They're not waiting for Kenya, Tanzania, Congo, Angola. They said, if we're gonna do this, we're going to do this now with our 3 nations in the Sahel. And by them also limiting entry, challenging diplomatic norms, and coordinating regionally, these governments are signaling something that's so specific that none of us can ignore. Access is no longer assumed, okay? Alignment matters, and reciprocity is back on the table. But Europe and the United States are no longer moving in a lockstep either. They're not unified, because again, we just filmed a video. If you're new here, welcome to Journey with us. You should subscribe, hit the like button, share, and watch our playlist, watch our recent videos, because America has also told Europe, Denmark to be more specific, that they're going to need Greenland to be their territory. In the midst of all of this is happening this week simultaneously.
Yeah, even what you was just saying about the videos that we were doing. We did a video about countries in Europe declaring America as an enemy.
Denmark.
Yeah, so there's a lot of countries that declares America an enemy. So I know it's a lot going on in America, but this is not what we're going to be speaking about in this video. But go check those videos out, because everything is starting to come together. And if you have discernment, if you have eyes to see, right? If you have eyes to see, what? You're supposed to do it with me. If you got eyes to see and ears to hear, you will understand what's coming. You can clearly see how everything is coming together, and you need to prepare now.
Yeah. And if you have not been here for a while, again, welcome. Check out the link in the description if you're an expat who knows that they need the intel to understand where can I go, the few spots on earth that are going to be a safe haven and debuted as neutral when the rest of the world is in utter chaos. Go to www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com, subscribe to the website, or check out the Expat Intel newsletter down below so that you will be alerted when we open up the Mature Adult Intensive in 2026. Because mobility is becoming conditional. It's not universal anymore, okay? For decades, global mobility was sold as inevitable. Passports would strengthen, borders would soften, travel would expand, free movement was the thing, like in our lifetimes, guys. But that story is not holding anymore. What we're seeing instead is a return to a almost prehistoric world of conditional access, ancient kingdoms closing their kingdoms to other civilizations. Where you go increasingly depends on who you are, where you're from, what you represent, and whether your government, your government, is aligned with the interests of the destination that you are in. This does not mean that borders are going to close literally everywhere, but it does mean they are going to be selective.
And Captain Ibrahim Traore is the president now of the AES, the Sahel Alliance. So things are changing. So just how we just did that video with Niger saying no Americans can come in, will it soon be like that in the Sahel Alliance? Because the president, he's not saying nothing about it, so I'm pretty sure he kind of accepted that. You know, he's not saying too much about that. We will see in this next week and stuff. I know it's the holidays and stuff like that, but he hasn't responded to that. He's not stopping it. So we got to start thinking. We got to really start strategizing.
Getting in the rooms, secret rooms with other expats, where conversations are not being held on YouTube. Understanding your end time strategy, because at the end of the day, a few couples here in the island that we live in called Mauritius have obtained their 10-year residences. In record-breaking time. It seems just at the right time as the world is in chaos. There are Goshens and places that you can go that are wide open.
Exactly.
But they may not be the places that you're thinking of, or you may have never even heard of them at all.
Places? That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, where can you get residency? Because it's a lot going on with citizenship and stuff like that. But
residency is quiet.
Residency is quiet. So.
And this moment matters way more than the headlines suggest. I want to make that clear. Because this was actually covered on Al Jazeera. You could type in Al Jazeera right now, find the video with Ibrahim Traore. It's actually a wonderful speech. It's quite motivational. He's a gifted speaker. But for the West that's not covering this on CNN, I'll be telling y'all are like, oh, I can't find it on CNN and Fox 28. And it's like, they're not going to cover it on CNN and Fox 28. So you may want to subscribe to Al Jazeera, First Post, Business Insider South Africa, some Kenyan news stations, the Citizen TZ, a Ghanaian news station. You may want to get your information elsewhere, but hey, that's also why you are here on this channel. But it's easy to dismiss these developments as temporary flare-ups, just something that happens by happenstance. But that is going to be a grave mistake. Historically, these major shifts do not begin with war declarations. They begin with administration changes, visa rules, entry denials, sanctions, quiet policy memos. What makes this moment different is how leaders are now openly speaking about the hardship ahead. Understand, when you listen to that speech, even you said President Donald Trump did a speech recently, Putin did a speech recently. If you listen to these three speeches that all simultaneously took place in the last 2 weeks, then you're going to see that the emphasis is on preparation for their people and letting them know 2026 is going to be the year of World War III. Governments are going to prepare their populations when they expect sustained pressure, not random disruption. And this is why you should pay attention. It's not about panicking and fear-mongering. It's about preparedness. Even the Bible speaks of preparedness. Noah built an ark when the entire earth was about to go through the flood. And nobody believed him. But guess what? He was the last person standing. And so what is your ark going to be?
And you got to think that just with that story, he was preparing for years. It wasn't just like, a couple days. This was years. So that's why we say sooner than later. Make sure you got your things, your ducks in a row. Make sure you got your passport. Make sure you can make money online. Make sure you can have a business where you're generating income. Because it's a lot that's going to stop you if you are depending on a W-2. So even here in Mauritius, you have to, it's better just to have a business, to be honest. That will help your mind grow. That will help you as a human being grow too, because you got to figure things out when you're outside of America. You just got to really, really figure it out. But we got to figure it out as a people, right? As look, you got to prepare. You got to know that you are prepared and be able to adjust, because preparation, it takes time. You got to get here sooner than later, put it like that, because if it's later, it's a lot of things that's going to be happening within this next year. So if you're not going to be serious about this move, I really don't know what to say with that.
And understand, this is the final conclusion that you should take from this. Traore is sending a message. Captain Ibrahim Traore is sending this message to West Africa and the world, warning West Africa must unite or else. And he's saying this because there's a little bit of doubt. Will West Africa unite? Will Ghana, Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast is Côte d'Ivoire. Will they unite with Sierra Leone and the Gambia? Or will West Africa be dismantled with only the Sahel Alliance arising? These are times that nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, the Bible says we prophesy in part. We see some things and understand some things. We know Europe will crash, America will crash. But there's also a shift and a judgment that is coming to the continent. And you want to be in the Goshens of the world, not in the fallen areas that are being judged. And I forgot to even mention Nigeria as well. So this is going to look very wild in West Africa. If you are in West Africa, I would just tell you, like, if you were my child, I have 5 going on 6 children, I would tell you to leave. I'll just be quite honest with you, because once those missiles start flying, it will be too late to exit. There will be no planes going out. Once the imperialists begin to do whatever Captain Ibrahim knows they're about to do, I don't know how they're going to do it. Russia's going to rush in. China's going to rush in. The Sahel Alliance is going to stand strong and win, and they're not going down without a fight. And so this is an excellent time to reassess and say, okay, maybe I should head southwards. Maybe I should see the islands off the coast of Africa. Maybe I should see other regions around Africa to see what I can do and have an exit plan. Because at the end of the day, what President Captain Ibrahim Traore said? War is coming to West Africa.
Yeah, and it's deep. And it's with this speech, you got to understand how things are shifting and changing. With this speech, he mentioned that everybody's not going to get it. And we're not worried about the people that's not going to get it. So this is what's coming up. It's a spiritual discerning movement that is happening right now. We know everybody's not going to make it. We know everybody's not going to get it.
Yeah.
So he was actually saying this in a speech where it's like everybody's not going to be able to change their mind and understand what we need to do. We need to fight. We need to go to war. And it's like, okay, hey, look, the people that get it, they're going to get it. But the people that don't, well, I'm not worried about them anymore. Like recently, we just heard something like sometimes you cannot worry about people if they don't have the same mindset as you. You know, if they're not willing to sacrifice and be obedient as the Most High is calling you to do something, you can't take everybody with you. It will hold you down. It will slow you down. It will cripple you and put you in situations where you really don't need to be in. So it's like, this is what he said in the speech.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to get it. Everybody's mindset is not like mine. It's not like yours.
Wow. I'm so glad you pulled that up and you said that, because I'm on Viry.video and it literally, the translation is that Captain Ibrahim Traore said, "We regret to note that some Africans are not waking up. There is something coming to West Africa, which I have called the Black Winter. The Black Winter is coming. It would be a very cold winter, a bloody winter, a murderous winter," he said during the second session of the College of Heads of State at the Confederation of the Sahel States in Bamako. So, do with that what you will. Let us know what you think down below. Our prayers are with the Sahel Alliance in the Sahel region. I think they're going to win. But it's not going to be without world havoc. It's going to bring in China. It's going to bring in Russia. Almost looking like the Battle of Armageddon right there in West Africa.
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. We'll see you in the next one.
Shalom, family.